We can now bring in Olivier Sanguy, space news editor for Cité de l'Espace. Thank you very much for joining us here on France 24. You were just listening there to Bill Nelson from NASA. What did you make of what he had to say?
Well, it's a logical conclusion of a precedent conference. NASA is saying that we need to have a robust data analysis about UAPs. And now they are going to have a director who is going to directly assess how to do that and set up a scientific research. So now they want to study UAP, not just saying, okay, we don't understand, don't do more. No, now they are saying we can have a scientific approach of this.
Olivier, for those of our viewers who don't understand, and myself included, what is a UAP and what's the difference between a UAP and a UFO?
Normally, there should not be a difference. UFO is unidentified flying object. Okay, so it's an object flying and you don't know what it is. UAP is almost the same thing, unidentified anomalous phenomena. But UFOs, people think flying saucers, aliens, paranormal activity. And the problem, and NASA said that in another conference, is that there is a sort of shame process. If a scientist says, I'm going to work on UFOs, that's not good for him. But UAP is a way to say, okay, there's something we don't understand, so we are going to use science to study it and not have preconceived ideas.
Based on what NASA knows now, there is no evidence of life either in the past or that exists currently, right?
Well, what Bill Nelson said is that science actually said there is a big chance that there is life in the universe, not necessarily in the solar system. But also they say that UAP, a new UAP, is not a proof of an alien activity. So that's the difference.
But something which he said that I found interesting was if it was up to him and based on his sort of gut, he does feel that there would be life. Did you find that interesting too?
Yeah, more than interesting, it's logical. When you see that in our galaxy you have hundreds and thousands of stars and you have billions of galaxies, you cannot seriously think that we are the only planet on which there is life. The question is where it is. Possibly very far away. At what step of evolution it is. Maybe it is only microbial. So there is this thought process, but about UAP, what NASA wants to do is have a robust data analysis. And NASA does that every day. I mean, all science missions of NASA are about analyzing data. So they want to use this power, this knowledge of data analysis to better understand what is behind UAP. And maybe there are many phenomena, not just one explanation.
NASA wants to go this alone, but shouldn't maybe the European Space Agency also try and look into this UAP phenomenon?
Well, for example, in France, the CNES, the French agency, have a directorate who is looking at that. And NASA also, the final report is very interesting because it's saying that NASA should leverage if it will do that by having a leading action or be in support. Bill Nelson just said he is going to nominate a director, so maybe we will have NASA leading a research about UAP, at least in the United States, and perhaps after you will see a collaboration between space agencies about that.
Olivier Sanguy, we're going to have to leave it there. Thank you very much for joining us on the program today.